Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma, and this is Max, also known as Maximus. Where's Megan? Where's Megan?
We thought that would be funny since he decided to come join Amy and take my spot. I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 40. Wow. August 7th. That's all day again. And yeah, sorry, my cats are shitty. Shitty cats. So what's going on with you?
Not much. I guess I will give a little status update on my grandmother.
Okay.
She is been told that she can leave the hospital tomorrow or the next day.
Awesome.
So she'll be transferred to a rehabilitation center where they will continue her physical therapy, and it's only a few blocks from her house. So it's pretty cool.
You coming up, Chaz?
No, I'm just gonna lick your leg.
Oh,
Lost one cat.
yeah,
Trading.
we were gonna have two co-hosts. I was going to give a shout out to Perky Knits. She shipped me this wonderful in response to a zombie classified. This wonderful hand spun
Zombie Classifieds is
for the
going.
win.
Yeah,
Yes.
for the win.
And she wrote on her little piece of paper here it is a merino bamboo nylon blend from Wool Gatherings, Navajo Plied, and should have long color repeats. So that is Robin.
Very cool.
Yes.
It's bright and cheery.
And it's 380 yards.
Okay.
So that's pretty close to a fingering. I haven't done the wraps per inch. I just got some of my cat hair into it. But I am very excited to knit with it. It will be the first time I've knit from Handspun.
Exciting. Yay.
Yay. Yes. So if you have not already, go out to the Zombie Classifieds. We had a blanket kit, find a new home, and there's a sweater looking for a new home out there. And I think it's fun. I mean, I am the person who came up with it, so I'm always going to think it's fun. Like a mother always finds their child beautiful. But
Yeah.
thank you so
There
much.
have been plenty of people who are willing to spin for trades. So it's a nice little forum for their talents. And yeah.
We have a new dis or dat this week, correct?
Yes, we will have a new dis or dat. And did we want to talk to the sock of the vote?
Sure.
So the single-handed knitter, Melissa, is doing the sock the vote, and Megan has signed up.
Yep, I have a kit. I am toe up party.
Toe up party.
Although the cuff down, they have a cooler little name. They're cuffies.
Cuffies.
So I gotta come up with
Toesies?
a phone, yeah, like a toesies or a tups. I don't know.
Okay. Tops, toe ups.
Yeah. So anyway, I've yet to come up with fun little whatever. But there's a vote, and I don't remember when it's capped. But what podcaster gets the most votes, so it would be for us, for Amy, since I've already purchased the kit, they would be joining in and get a free kit. So
Yay.
vote zombie, vote early, vote often.
And I will be part of the green party
Yeah.
if we don't make the top place or whatever.
If you haven't heard of it, it's a super cute idea. Instead of, focusing on politics, which we'll all be tired of hearing about here towards the end, it's a very playful take on it, where you can either be part of the toe-up party or the cuff-down party. And I don't know. I was thinking about my sock political views, and I am very stringently a one needle and only one needle, so circulars, not two circulars, not DPNs. Too many needles in there, and you've got, it's malarkey. It's just too much going on.
Yes. Mass chaos.
Yeah. And I've done 2 socks at a time, but I don't know that I'm going to regularly do that, especially if you're doing something that has any patterning. I've gotten into trouble where I couldn't do the slipping of a stitch to the other side around type pattern. What else? What are my other sock views? I believe in self-striping as well as variegated. How about your heel stance?
My heel stance. I am a gusset person when I'm making them for myself for fit. Exceptions to that is when it's a really nice self-striping and I want to keep the self-striping all the way through the front to all the way to the toe of the sock. Although I'm becoming less stringent about that rule because I've made a couple afterthought heels and I'm just wondering if, not that it's worth the effort, but if I just did it the other way, how much of that heel are you going to see outside the sock? Not much. So if that's my preferred wearable sock is a gusset, then why am I not making them all gussets?
And the toe up, I like short row heels or afterthought heels. I've done a toe up gusset before, but I don't like where you pick up the stitches. I have yet to do a really great job on doing it like that. And then, although my socks my SSK on my mines, my Georgia on my mines weren't too bad. As far as picking up those stitches and not having gaping holes. But what else? Did you want to do the dis or dat? Or I have a giveaway. I've decided in looking at the pile of stuff that we have bought as far as merchandising with Miss Wee Sparrow that we need to give some of it away.
Absolutely.
So I think we've given away one extra large shirt. And with all of the Ravelympic stuff going on, I thought, well, I am not the only one, and we'll get to that later, that has something to be proud about. Everybody's got something to be proud about. Whether it's you did something on a short time frame, whether it's something that you did for somebody else and it just completely rocked their world, whether it's you found the perfect project for the perfect yarn, everybody's got something to be proud of. And so in 2 weeks, we are going to randomly draw. I'm going to call it Go for the Gold or something like that. But it doesn't have to be something that you knit during the Olympics. It's just something that you're proud of. Your gold moment, your gold medal moment that you were proud of, and 1 entry per person. Project photo, I think I'm going to say required.
Yes.
So that we can see what it was. And if you've given it away and you really like it, you could mention it and then, I don't know, put a picture of a different project, not necessarily the one that you were most proud of. 2 weeks we'll randomly draw 1 entry per person, must be a zombie. And I just can't wait to see what you guys are all proud of and why. Why are you proud of it? So I'll start the thread out there. Your gold medal moment, and we'll all sing the national anthem, and away we go.
Yep, dis or dat. I should have been bringing this up because I was
just going to let Megan talk because she's talking.
I made sure that at least things were accessible really quickly. So, this or that is going to be sock themed this time. I chose what our socks were going to be, so I'm going to start with the one that I picked. I picked both of them, by the way. It's just that Megan decided, even before she knew what I wanted, which one she had wanted, and lo and behold, yet again, we picked the opposite one. So
we could, I mean, it would be interesting to have a dis or dat where, we both chose the same one and see if people outvoted us.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the Breaking Hearts pattern. This is a nice heel shot, and I'm going to tilt it just in case the camera's not picking up because of the lighting.
And that is by
Christy Brock. Oh, of course I'm going to not. It's Turtle Girl 676 design. So Turtle Girl 76 design, and it's Christy.
Karen around the
see.
Tryst has knitted some, right?
Yes, she's knitted several pairs of these. And she is a moderator of the Socks That Rock group. So this was originally written for that heavily variegated yarn of Socks That Rock.
Fiber Arts.
Yes. And it does not say her name out here. I know it starts with a B, but it just says Turtle Girl 76 Design on the pattern. And this is something I own. So, and I'll try and get a full sock shot here. Ooh. Again, I'm sorry, I didn't play with where the shine was. So I'm just going to be tilting it so that hopefully one of the shots will work.
And we'll link you it.
Yeah, we'll definitely link you it with some pictures, some pickies. And now to bring up the debt. So, Megan's,
Oh, cannot load this page because there is no internet.
But it was already up, so I thought it would stay up.
Anyway, it's Rotation Rib Socks by Lisa Beamer. She is the host, and fabulous host at that, of 90% Knitting and the genius behind Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And the Rotation Rib Socks looks good in self-striping. It looks good in, highly variegated. And who else has recently knit them? Steve of Dramatic Knits, I believe.
Yeah, he was the test knitter, or one of them.
Yep.
Is that my mom?
We've got visitors out there. We're famous. We've got a studio audience today.
My mom and my aunt are standing outside Megan's picture window being paparazzi on us.
And also, it looks like maybe they're videotaping.
I don't know. She's got her iPhone
Camera out. Do you want to stop and talk to them?
Thank you for the patience. That really was my mom and my aunt.
You see, they didn't really wait all that long. Because this is going to be like, oh, and then we're going to be like, oh, and we're back.
But we were talking about Lisa Beamer's pattern, the Rotation Rib Sock.
Of the Dis or Dat.
Yes.
And so I think this time that my pattern is going to blow yours out of the water because it is fabulous.
Well, I will agree that I like Lisa Beamer's pattern, and I hope that it does do well because it only has 2 finished projects out there. Whereas the Breaking Hearts pattern has quite a few more.
How about, just to, make things interesting, if her pattern wins, I will knit them out of one of my self-stripey socks.
Okay.
Just as an incentive for people to vote for my pattern this time.
Yeah, she'll have to knit socks instead of a sweater.
Yes, and I am in full-blown sweater mode now, so.
Right. But,
Dis or Dat.
This or that.
I feel disjointed this evening.
Yeah.
I feel like we started out goofy because of the cat, and which was all my idea, by the way. I was like, well, let's just start. And Amy's like, no, let's not. And I'm like, no, let's just start. People will think I've turned into a cat.
She made me.
So then that really awkward pause at the beginning there, that was all because of me. So.
Awkward pauses and then crazy surprises that make us laugh.
If you guys could see, I thought it was Neighbor Hooligans. I really did. I was like, what the heck? And then you started like laughing, giggling, and I was like, oh, okay. She must know these crazy people in the window.
I do.
I thought for a brief moment it was like actual fans of the podcast that had searched us out and.
Well, they are actual fans.
Okay.
My mom and my aunt watch weekly.
Yeah, she was. And it was so cute. Her aunt was holding up her iPhone and like recording us. It was
our silly reaction to her thing. And who knows? It'll probably be out on her Facebook later today.
Yeah, you guys might get a preview of the podcast out on her Facebook page. But do you have any FOs?
I do. I have one.
Awesome. Chopper. Oh, that's adorable. Is that in Dancing Dog Dye Works?
No, this one is what I won from the Hot Pink Socks.
Oh, the water, was it watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon from Oink Pigments.
Oh, so cute. Such a cute name.
So So yeah, this is Chelsea the Chatterbox Monster out of Oink Pigments. And if you absolutely love her, I have extra yarn. Message me, maybe you'll get it.
You should put it out on the zombie class.
I should. But it's extra yarn. It's yarn, right? Oh, okay. I'll figure it out. Finish my FO. Finish my remainders.
Yes, I mean that's not a bad thing. I mean somebody could knit you think a whole nother one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely, or 3. I mean there's a lot of yarn left.
You can't tell me Penelope 10 wouldn't grab that and do something wonderful with it.
This is true.
So
you've been called out, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is my only FO. I was working furiously at my weeb sweater, but you have an amazing FO.
An epic FO.
And it got a shout out on the Knit Girls.
I heard that. It was like, they didn't say me specifically, they just said, well, it's not an even star in 17 days.
Right, and how many days did it really take you?
9.5.
9.5.
But I think I averaged like 9 hours a day in that 9.5.
Holy cow, how did you find 9 hours a day?
Do you know how my kids go to bed at 8, and if the kids go to bed at 8 and I work until 2 o'clock in the morning, plus I had a sick kid in there.
Oh yeah.
So I was working from, not working from home, I was at home and checking emails and stuff. But without further ado,
yes, I might need to help.
You may need to help. I did not block it aggressively. I laid it on the floor over there. You can see where the purple fuzz is. And this is the wrong, no, is this the wrong side or the right side?
They're showing the right side.
Yep. This is the Even Star Shawl by Susan Pandorf in the Woolmize Lace Garn ballerina colorway. Can you see us?
Maybe.
And so yeah, I didn't overly aggressively block it. I had a little bit of a scare about yardage because my scale wasn't doing really well at differentiating between like 2.1 grams and 3 grams. I think it was just rounding up. And so I thought I was getting 3 grams around on these edging, on the points on the edging, and it was actually like closer to 2. So you have the ball, I gave it to you, of yarn that was left over. So I did not weigh it, but a significant amount. It was like crazy pants that I thought that, it literally was crazy pants that I thought that I wasn't going to get it. So after I did 10 of them, I saw, wait a minute, this is not 30 grams gone. This is more like, you know, I don't know.
Well,
but yes, and I wanted to say thank you to Stacy, who is the visionary of all this. I believe it was Thoreau that said, in the long run, we only hit what we aim at. So she kind of gave me something to aim at for the Olympics, or Ravelinic Games, excuse my
I really say that.
And I wanted to tell you guys all A, thanks, and B, sorry. I watched last week and it was like, I didn't thank any of you for cheering me on. I was literally in an Even Star zombie trance, right? Like instead of a stockinette zombie trance, I was in an Even Star zombie trance. And I was just going, and like I kept on saying, I need to get back to knitting. And now it just seems really silly that I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning and that I was like shorted myself on sleep and was so one-minded because it, you know, obviously, I have time to spare. So,
but you have a very busy August, so it's probably really good that you finished early, and now you can just kind of relaxingly finish your August commitments.
Yeah, I have Camp Loopy to finish, and I don't know, I mean, you know, true champions make it look easy, right? And the truth of the matter is it was not easy for me. Like, I was 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning, I was away, and 2 full weekends of like doing not much besides playing with the kids and then knitting, you know.
And I know you didn't put as many beads on this, but Stacy calculated the number of stitches, and it was over 82,000 stitches in one even star.
Yeah.
And then she said 2,800 beads, but Megan just did beads on the outside edge.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really struggled with that because I'm like, well, it's not going to be the true even star experience.
But you're not a shiny beater.
And I'm not. And so I was like, I'm not going to make this to make other people happy. I'm going to make this for me, right? So I was like, I'm just going to put where, and I really like the way it turned out. I like that there's just a little bit of bling on the edge, and the comment that it gives it a nice weight. It still has a nice weight at the edge now. It's not as heavy. I did like, I think 4 or 5 of the motifs with the
heavy beading.
And I just didn't like it. I actually like being able to see some of the lace here. At the edge where the yarn overs are and whatever. And again, I didn't aggressively block it, so it's not as distinct as it probably could be, but this is for me. I'm not going to do it for somebody else, so.
As you shouldn't.
No. So again, sorry if I was not as champion as I could have been, I guess. Not champion, but you know what I'm saying. I made it look harder than it was, or I put too much pressure on myself, or it was a delightful knit. If you have any inkling of wanting to do it, do not let the fact that other people have taken a year to do it distract you from doing it, because it just takes some focus and some motivation to do it. So it took me less than 100 hours. If I do 9 times 9 days, 9.5 days, it's under 100 hours. It wasn't bad at all. Very clear pattern, very wonderful pattern. I liked it because there weren't large expanses of doing nothing but knitting over 560 stitches. You know, it was, you got into a rhythm and you were doing it, and it was easy to memorize because you were doing the same repeat over and over again versus doing the same 20 rows over and over again. Like the edging, that was harder for me because I didn't remember like what row 1 was necessarily every single time. I don't know that I have anything else to say about it. It's done. It's done, and I never would have imagined that I would do it, A, and B, that I would do it in that amount of time. So, woot, woot, woot. Somebody asked if I would dance. I'm gonna dance, even star dance, and I'm out of the even star zombie trance, and I'm on to other things. So
awesome.
Yes, I was gonna say yes, ma'am, but. Yes, ma'am. That is that. That is my 1 FO. I've worked feverishly to try to have 2 FOs since somebody commented on Knitting Samurai that I would never know what it was like to finish 2 huge projects in 1 week, or multiple projects. And
I believe the exact quote was 5. But
yes. I guess I can work on that. I'd have to do 5 small things.
Yep. One of these days, she's just going to whip out 5 washcloths just to show you that she can do it.
Totally can.
So I am working on my weeb.
Oh, it's a wee weeb.
A wee weeb in sock yarn. So my sock yarn, my knitting on small needles is so dense that I was able to just pour the little beads into the bottom of this guy. Nothing is spilling out.
It won't ever end up on like the top or anything.
It's pretty well stuffed. I mean, I suppose you could somehow manipulate it with your fingers to be on the top, but I think that it's in place if you're not, I mean, you could toss them around and stuff, but I think if you would have to actually really make an effort to move them. And he's got arms done. And actually, he's wearing a rainbow pink Nyan Cat top, so maybe it's a girl.
Yeah, he. What's this he?
Oh, weeb. Okay, it's a weebette. Whatever. So the weebette is almost done, and she is a weebette. And I'm very excited. So I was hoping to get this done, but then Megan and I got crazy pants with super planning on future things.
Yeah, you have to, what is it, the evil fingers? We are plotting some exciting things.
So I had to go home and further plot on stuff, and forgot to sit down and try to finish this. And then I got further on my Gemini. It has stripes.
Did you try it on?
Yes, I have. It's good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Cool. So There's no stripe.
And you decided to do random stripe pattern, or you're going to follow that one from here on out?
Oh, no, it's random.
Okay.
The only plotting that I'm doing is that the purple is always 2 in between.
Okay.
And the red will grow and shrink as I'm knitting it, and then eventually grow to being the major part of the knitting. And again, I'm doing it mostly randomly as I see aesthetically it coming together. So I could probably write down what it is after the fact. Just be like, the purples are 2, and then it goes 2, 3, but you know, here's what I ended up doing. If it ends up looking really cool. But that's that. And I did, you know, it does have the Gemini side and the 2 sides of the Gemini.
My daughter wore hers today.
Oh, by the way, very cool.
And the neckline stretched out quite a bit in that 100% cotton.
Okay.
She was keeping it, so I might end up crocheting it.
Yeah, crochet the edges, or maybe even what would be cute is kind of like maybe making some ties, and they tie behind her back, and then keep the shoulders together.
Yeah, that could work. She also chose to wear the see-through part in front, but I made hers like only 3 sections. So.
Okay. Yeah, which that's all you would need on a smaller size, bigger yarn.
Yeah. I don't know that anybody has posted any new finished objects to Finished Object.
I know, and we have some great prices. We're donating 1 stash item, whether it's for me or Megan. I have mine picked out. It's going to be one of these pink woomies. See? Pink, pink, pink. One of these pink woomies. If they all still exist, because I am doing a bit of a de-stash amongst local friends, if they all still exist, you can have your choice. If there's only a few left, again, you'll get your choice of what's left. And that's mine. And maybe I'll take them out of the tiny bag, just so you can see them. And then a bag from my mom, 210th Street Designs.
Who was just outside my window.
Yes. The person who bombarded us. So, there's that. So, awesome prices, guys. Get going.
And I know that somebody recently finished theirs that has not posted it.
Yeah. So, if you haven't posted it and it's done, get out there. Do it.
Do it. And then, I don't know, I don't know if I'm alluding to things that I shouldn't be, but in the future, I think there might be some sort of giveaway prize for any knit-alongs that you have participated would be additional entries into the prize giveaway. So you might want to rack up some entries by participating. Okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much more about it, but I thought, you've got your you participated in the knit-along, you deserve to have multiple entries. So you can do it. If I can knit an even star in 9 days, you can knit a Gemini by the end of August.
You bet.
How many more days? Are there 30 days in August?
Yes.
So 23 more days. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a short sleeve top.
Yep.
On worsted/DK, whatever yarn. You can do it.
Yes, and I've been moving really slowly on mine because I've been trying to get other projects in. Toy Toss, right, for the Rabelenic, and yeah.
I'm always in the most awkward position when we record. Like, I always have finishing work to do, or I don't have...
sewing on buttons?
Sewing on button, and my needle doesn't fit through, so I need to go... I'm biting yarn, I'm counting, like, to separate for sleeves, or, I'm always in the most awkward position.
Well, you can talk. I'm done with my works in progress. I can show you that I'm on the heel of my TARDIS sock, but it's going to be done soon. Let's not dwell on that.
I am working on the Dark and Stormy by Thea Coleman, which is part of the 12 Sweaters in 2012 group. When you last saw it, it did not have full sleeves, so I finished the sleeves after I finished on Sunday. and I have just weaved in the ends, and I'm going to be putting on buttons. And this is out of Madelinetosh Bastique. Oh, did that fit through my buttonhole?
Try.
Let's see. Wah, wah.
Whoa, that's a pretty small needle, too.
Huh.
Okay. Smallest one I got.
Yep, I'll go find a different one. Yeah, I got these buttons. I don't know if I got them out last time or I just talked about it. So they're going to be going right here. And so it's a mofo. It's mostly finished object for you. I'll bring it back out next week and have finished object photos with me actually wearing it. But it's a nice knit.
Have you decided on what your loopy, camp loopy is?
Yeah, in fact, I've got it right here because I was hoping that I would get it done, get that finishing work done in time to cast this on so that I would have something to knit. Here are my two colors in the Soulmate. This is the Farwall and the Kerfuffle. And we figured out the NS stood for nearly solid.
Okay. Perfect.
And then the numbers go sequentially. So we've got a zombie out there that works for Lorna's laces. How cool is that?
That's very cool. Somehow she used her spidey sense to hear us talking about it too.
It's very cool. I'm going to knit the Featherweight, which is a Knitbot Hannah Fettig pattern. And there's really cool mod out there where instead of having like the 2-row stripes, when you go across and back on the right side, wrong side for a cardigan, you do a right side, wrong side, wrong side. So you have really thin stripes. And the mod was with colors that were highly contrasting, and I really liked the way it looked. I mean, your eyes almost go fuzzy looking at it. You're like, oh, okay. And then the collar, which is picked up afterwards, and the little schematic down on here. I hope I'm not giving any of the pattern away. I don't think I am. I think this is all just notions and whatever is around, and I think that'll look really nice. The only thing I don't like about stripes this way is they make you look wide. So the collar going vertically in the stripes up and down should help break that up and also make you dizzy because it's going to be in these two colors still. So yeah, look for that from me in the next few weeks. I got that done. If I were doing it project management style, totally would have done this first because it's due first. But I wanted to get the other thing, the monogamist in me is itching to get the other thing off the needles.
Yep.
So
it seemed like it was close.
It was. There was just, a day's worth of sleeves and ribbing and buttons.
So I decided to keep my crazy sweater on.
People are like, boy.
Yeah, I got stripes and flowers and pink and green because one of my acquisitions was this yarn, and this is from the Cookie A Sock Club, and it is a hot mess in the skein.
Yeah.
But let's see, it is Enchanted Knoll Farms Superwash Sock yarn, and it's just a 90-10, so 10% nylon. And yeah, I'm excited about it. It's kind of a crazy loud green. The cookies were pistachio. And so
I know somebody that likes that color. So if you don't want it.
No, we actually had a SSK or /zombie. I haven't really seen her posting our threads, but she's an active plurker, say that she was incensed that there are a ton of people trying to destash this yarn right now in the club thread because she loves this color. She said that she has her car this color, she has her favorite shoes this color. I forget.
Who is this lady, and is she my twin sister?
I think it's, I don't want, oh god, now you're putting me on the spot. I think it's RY Crafty out on Plurk. So
I have VK'd with her.
there you go. She loves this color, thinks it's awesome.
I do too.
Doesn't-
Totally agree with you. All right,
Doesn't
Becky.
understand why people are destashing it. Now, granted, I don't really necessarily want a sweater's worth of this yarn,
As you have done with other Cookie Egg
Yes.
Club shipments.
but I do like it, and it'll stick around waiting for the perfect project. The patterns this time around I'm still not sure of. One of them is really futzy to the max, so I don't think that I'll be knitting on that one.
Futzy
right
to
away.
this max?
No.
He's over here with my Pastique Aran Heritage Wool.
And I mentioned the Woomies destashing. Well, it didn't end up with much destashing actually going on because I picked up one of the loop bats.
Woo!
So yes, I still don't quite understand what my brain was thinking when it wanted to buy this, except that it's really lovely and beautiful, and I'm excited to eventually feel like I have the skills to spin it. But this is the loop bat I got, and it is called Smarty Pants, which I really like the name, Smarty Pants. And it's a merino silk, and it's over 6 ounces. So it should be a lot of beautiful, awesome stripy yarn someday. And that is all of my stuff. And you probably haven't been acquiring much.
I have been acquiring a lot of sign-ups.
Yeah, there you go.
So I signed up for Single-Handed Knits, as we spoke of earlier, the Sock the Boat, which is a very fun idea. Looking forward to all the party bag, get it, the political parties and the party bag. And the yarn, although I did not go out and do my due diligence and figure out, I guess she...
And this swatching?
She showed the fabric swatches in the podcast somewhere. And I watch podcasts, but I generally watch them while doing other things, so I don't often see, like, if somebody's talking and they're not talking about holding something up. Like, if, you know, I held up a sign that said, "I'm with Stupid right now," but didn't say anything about it on the podcast, I would, you know, while watching it, if you did that, I would never know. Because unless they're talking about holding something up or look at this or I just randomly am watching, don't see it. So I didn't go do my due diligence and see whether or not I really liked the fabric swatch that was my party. I just know that I'm toe up all the way, baby. So
gotta be where you gotta be.
yeah, that is my alignment. And then I also signed up for the Tempted Pinup Girl yarn club, not the fiber club. So some fantastic designers. I don't know.
Names are big anyway.
Yeah. So basically, people that were SSK, Rebecca Danger, Wendy Johnson, both of the Knit Girls, and there's 2 other ones.
Amy Christophers.
Amy, yeah, she wasn't at SSK.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah,
she's
in
one
addition
of the
to
designers.
those, and Rebecca Danger. Did we ever say that one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can't remember who the 6th one is because it's 6 shipments. Anyway, sounds fabulous. Love Lemon Half. She's doing some of the graphics work, which is fun. So looking forward to the pattern and the yarn. I don't have any Tempted Girl. I bought some for Mel at SSK and then didn't get back around to shopping there for myself. So looking forward to that. I'm also got the pattern for my first installment of the Sundara Luxury yarn. Uber pricey, but I have not gotten the actual yarn yet. And I did peek at the pattern. I was resisting, like.
So the pattern may or may not give a clue.
Well, it shows the color, and this is one where you've got like 3 options. Like you can say you want the color that was specifically dyed, or you could have like a neutrals, or you could have like a jewel or something like that. And so I chose this time to go with the one that was the inspiration for the design. So I know the color by looking at the pattern. So Blogmas Carla emailed me. It was like, "Oh, I love the pattern." I'm like, I'm not looking at it because I want to know. I want to be surprised by the yarn. And then I thought I fell down. I was like, I must know in case I want to go out and find D-stashes to get, because they're all, again, one skein wonders. You're not getting like not one skein. I think you're getting multiple skeins of some, but they're generally small projects. So I was like, if I want to go catch D-stashes, I gotta know what the yarn is.
Right, and yeah, the Cookie A Sock Club came with a sneak peek of her sweater book.
Yep.
And it's got some really interesting construction ideas in it. It's completely, it's kind of asymmetrical on the bias and very different construction oriented.
Yeah.
There's a few patterns in there that I really like, and they're going to be available individually and as a book collection. So I don't know if I've loved enough of them yet to get ready for the book collection. But it's all digital, so I can decide whenever I want.
Yeah, I don't know. You forwarded me the preview, and I took a look at it, and I don't know that that's bad.
No, I didn't forward you the patterns. It was just the preview.
Yeah, exactly. So you did get a sneak peek, and I did too, because I know you. But if you had printed them out, you could have shown them to me.
This is true.
It's free advertising.
I don't have them on here. I could get them if I had the internet.
But the I don't know, and so I look at some of the shapes and whatever, and the hoity-toity teetotaler in me is like, I would never wear that. It would never look good on me. But this is the same knitter that used to look at something like this and be like, oh God, I would never knit that. It's got too many holes in it,
I remember your fear of holes in your knitting.
Yes. Why would you do that? Looks like a doily.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's I think they'll definitely. I liked probably some of the similar ones as you, the ones that weren't so far off. They were a little closer to norm. But that's what Cookie A's shtick is, right? She does interesting things with shapes and construction and even in socks.
There was one that it might as well have leaped off the page as one of her former sock patterns in the sense that the look and the feel of it, and that's the one that I'm most interested in. If anything, I'll want the pattern just to look at how she constructed it. It's very interesting looking.
Yep.
And then there's one that looks kind of like an alien, like a skeletal back of the. It's the one that's in the previews.
It's like exoskeleton or something like that. Yeah.
It's in the previews that are in the Interweave magazines.
Okay.
So it's that one. It's
green. And I think she had one out on
this yarn.
Podcast. Or not podcast, her blog.
Okay.
I've come back to not marking everything as red on the blogosphere. Now that I have time for that. But
it felt like we went long, but there was even a break and a pause, and we're still under.
Yep. I didn't go on and on. I felt like I went on and on about the Even Star. Again, thank you so much for all your support and telling me that I could do it. I believe that anybody can do anything. That's just the bottom line.
I'm going to make my goals except for one bump of fiber. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I mean, my goals were 2 toys, a sweater, and 2 bumps of fiber. But the second bump of fiber, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just not doing as much spinning.
Yep. Other reminders, join the group if you have not. There's so many fun things going on. Zombie Classifieds. We're going to have a new Dis or Dat voting, which will wrap up in 2 weeks. We'll have a drawing on that same day, that same podcast, for the Go for Gold for a t-shirt and or bag. If you've got one and not the other, or
right.
Whatever. We'll figure it out if you have.
If you've bought all the zombie things,
we'll figure it out.
We'll find something that you want.
What else is going on out there? Just lots of goodness.
Oh yeah, plotting. Lots of plotting.
Yes, we'll have some fun coming up related to our birthday. We're gonna have a plot-iversary or a zombie birthday, as I've been calling it. So
yeah, she's been calling it her birthday, and I don't know.
Zombie birthday.
Yeah,
the zombie birthday. It was the birth of the Stocking His Zombies.
Okay. I think our little zombie dude needs a little party hat.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. So, until next time.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta. Happy knitting.